Hello, hi. My name is Katrina Martin Bordeaux, and hey. All right, good to see everybody here today. It's good to see more attention around the issue of the legalization of marijuana for medical purposes and for recreational use also. What I would like to basically do is bring light to the fact that oftentimes a marijuana charge leads individuals from the high impacted communities in a situation where there's a repetitive and a constant petty arrest. Number one,
that ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. Number one, it causes a financial hardship for families that are likely already struggling and already poor.
That ain't right.
Okay.
That ain't right.
It exposes non-violent people to situations where they're in a holding center with people that have committed violent crimes.
That ain't right.
It stops employment. I would propose that THC would be completely removed from a drug screen panel for employment. If you eliminated THC from a drug screen panel, I say within 1 year, you will likely drop the unemployment rate for African American males by 50%. That is a high attributing factor to the high unemployment rate amongst African American males. Okay, they already got a double whammy. It's already harder for them to get a job as it is, and things like that just make it worse. As a registered nurse, I work critical care trauma. I have never taken care of a patient out of probably about 60, 70,000 patients for a marijuana intoxication. It's never happened. Never happened. Never happened. Never had to treat, you know. But what I do treat for is drugs such as bath salts, manufactured, made-up things that most of you probably never heard of, heroin overdose, also laced with fentanyl, strokes for cocaine, car accidents, and liver failure for those that struggle with alcohol addiction. But it's never been an issue or a situation with marijuana. There is no scientific study to date to prove that marijuana has long-term health effects. The only research that you can really find around marijuana and adverse effects would be affecting what we call the pons. That's the center in your brain that basically tells you it controls your circadian rhythms. Okay, so therefore that's why marijuana has an effect to it that relaxes people. It also helps to increase and stimulate appetite, which can counter somebody that has a terminal illness from losing weight. Currently now we use a pill that's called Marinol. Throughout my entire career, I've always administered it. I've been a registered nurse for about 13, 14 years now. So it's already out there. The pharmaceutical companies are, making their money off of this Marinol. The difference with producing hemp and cannabis is that then you become the manufacturer. So then it also becomes an economic stimulating base for our communities also. But if I keep it in a pill form in a pharmaceutical company, then they're the only ones that reap the benefit from the drug. Number one, it's there, and it's there to be used, and it's there to be used for a positive, good purpose. So who is anyone to tell us about adverse effects of drugs that I give all the time, that if given the wrong way and used the wrong way, they're going to sure enough kill you? I also think that even to treat issues of anxiety, chronic pain, muscle spasms, that doctors should be looking more towards marijuana and towards hemp oils and things like that to treat these ailments. So I think that this is a good movement that's going on now. I think it's important for everybody to band together on this. We need to all write letters to our state legislatures. We should all also be hitting up our federal legislatures, such as our United States senators and our congressmen. And in the city of Buffalo, the police officers should not be taking you to jail for 25 grams of marijuana and under. They should be giving you an appearance ticket. And that practice of taking people to jail for anything for under 25 grams, it continues, and that's not supposed to happen. So anybody that you know that's arrested, and so we would say 25 grams is 3 grams under an ounce. You're not supposed to go to jail. When you do, you need to report that, because we have to stand up and stand together and do something about this. And we should be supporting our interests. We should be supporting political candidates that agree with the fact that marijuana needs to be legalized for medical reasons and also for recreational use. So everybody keep up the good fight. It's good speaking to you today, and have fun, spread the word, and stay active. Thank you.
Good words. Thank you. Very true words. Thank you.
Edward, you speaking?
I'll speak.
Okay, we can speak after you. Come up for sister.
Oh, you want to go? Absolutely. I will wait.
Okay. All right, I'm Carol, and following behind Katrina, I'd like to tell you this. I am also a nurse, and and a few years ago, though, unfortunately, I was in a severe car crash, and it left me with nerve damage and chronic pain. And as a treatment for my injuries, they had me on a muscle relaxer called Flexeril that our wonderful FDA endorses, and they say you can take this.
Garbage.
Yeah, you know why it's garbage? Because it causes liver failure. Guess what happened to me? And now, because I have liver failure, I can no longer take anything for pain. But they also won't give me medical marijuana to control the pain. Sucks, right? So that's why we need to keep the fight up. Medical marijuana, because there's other people out there just like me that, they're all messed up, and the government tells you to take all of their synthetic stuff, and then when stuff